well, people are still not gonna like this chapter, and if you hear a noise in the background, then ignore that, or at least try. It's not like people haven't. I mean, people didn't like this chapter anyway, so if they just get bothered by a sound effect, then that's okay. Well, either way, yes, I am talking about Fairy Tail chapter 520, and I actually did not dislike the chapter. And I'm not only saying that about being an obsessed Fairy Tail defending fan and all that stuff. No, I'm also saying that because I feel at least it was better than last week's. I mean, I haven't watched a single. Well, no, that's not actually true. I meant to say it wrong. What I meant to say is I have almost hardly watched any other Fairy Tail review out there. And if I said I hadn't watched a single one, then that would have been a lie, because I know I did. It's just that I haven't watched many. Because I know what most of them would all say. And I've been this close in making a rant video about saying that if you don't like this series, then just say so, and stop and leave it alone! Fairy Tail is not supposed to be the greatness of mangas. It's only meant to be good or mediocre for some people. But it's not trash. Anyway, on to the chapter. Irene is confirmed she dies as Elsa just says farewell mother, which is actually a good line. Elsa is Elsa. She's still okay despite all these wounds and all. I can agree, I would have liked to have an explanation on why Elsa is so tough all the time, but hey, you don't complain when people win an Oscar, do you? Oh yeah, you do. But you don't complain when other things that are very similar happens. So, I'm not complaining about that. And now Wendy wonders what happens to Master Smell, confirming, because she cannot sense it anymore, confirming that yes, he is gone. And Will can only say it's like that. And finally we're switching back to Natsu, who told, and Igneel into his body told him that his the cause of this is the fusion of the dragon seed and the demon seeds. But then suddenly he says something that at the beginning a lot of people should actually have complained about, because they say like, oh, Hiro Mashima did it again. But I don't care if he did it again. He is that kind of manga artist. Every artist has their own style, and this is his style. But actually, this is an explanation of this. Igneel Manifestation says that he wasn't finished talking the entire story. He says that there are fusing, that's the cause of his transformation. But that doesn't mean, and the reason why Natsu is in his subconsciousness is because through his journey of seeing all these different reasons and his past he's forgotten, he has to choose. Is he a demon or a dragon? And the reason why I say that a lot of people should not complain about this is because finally at least one word makes sense, because Seraph said the same thing a long time ago. The strongest demon I ever created, you will force to choose. Will you let it live or will you kill it? The choice is yours to make. Meaning that that line, which has caused a lot of confusion, especially when it was revealed that Natsu was E&D, is now explained. Seraph mean that literally one day he is going to be half dead, and then he's gonna have to choose. What is he? Is he a dragon or is he a demon? But Natsuya says, I am human, Natsu Dragneel, which turns out to be the true answer. And so the demon seed and the dragon seed surprisingly be destroyed as Natsu finally awaken, much to Lucy's a little bit embarrassment, especially when she is knowing she is nude at all. Well, she has her panties on, but the rest she doesn't have. And she says that they were trying to warm it. So it's pretty heartwarming for Natsu to thank her for that. But Natsu seems to have been revived. I can agree that the thing that was resolved a little bit too quickly, but hey, if you think about it, that hasn't exactly been quickly, you know. We have seen Natsu's journey, and it took a very, very, very long time before he awakened. But what I can admit is, though, to say, wait, does this mean E&D is permanently gone? Because apparently, from the end of the chapter, it doesn't seem to hint that Natsu have lost his Dragon Slayer magic, despite the fact that the Dragon Seed is in his body. But then again, Igneel did say that they developed antibodies for it, so technically, Even if he had a dragon seed, it wouldn't spread over his body because of the antibodies. But now that it's permanently gone, he cannot become a dragon anyway. Although I still don't exactly explain how he can use Dragon Slayer magic, but I think yes he can. And with Irene's death, surprisingly, in Universe 1 ceases, as we also see another heartwarming scene with Gajiel hugging Levi to not let go, and the rest of the fairy tale also does that. As it disappears, Hisua turns once again into a human, and Magnolia returns to where they were, and Natsu and Lucy ends up in the room. Revived, a new man, and now I guess more ready than ever. E&D is what we have to say gone, and Natsu Dragneel is revived, and so the counterattack begins now. I just hope it's going to happen now. That's basically this chapter. Again, it may not have been the greatest of chapters, especially after so many people raged after last one, and I have a very big feeling a lot of other people are gonna rage about this one too. They're all gonna say like, oh, that was sold so quickly. But hey, we saw E&D, didn't we? So now it's over. And by the way, I always did say that Natsu needs to lose his connection to Seraph. So if he has lost his connection to Seraph and no longer is connected to him on a linked level, then that's all good to it. But I know for a fact that a lot of people are not gonna like this chapter. Hell, they don't like Fairy Tail at all. But if you don't like it, then just don't read it. Stop sprouting such propaganda. There are tons of more manga that deserves hate other than Fairy Tail. So give me your thoughts besides what I just said in the ending, if you have any.